Good afternoon, my wonderful brothers and sisters. Now, I was watching some of the general conferences that used to happen some years back, and at times there are so many hilarious moments of general conferences, and I kind of like thought of how at times general conferences are actually a blessing to so many of us that we may not be able to understand all that, but they are very, very great and very wonderful. And this is some of the hilarious general conferences moments that I came across, and believe you me, you will like it. Without further ado, let me just welcome you so that you can be able to see what exactly used to happen. Please welcome.
Then the pilot in command invited me to take the captain's seat. It was a remarkable experience to again sit at the helm of a wonderful flying machine like the kind I had flown for so many years. Memories of flights across oceans and continents filled my heart and mind. I envisioned exciting takeoffs and landings at airports all over the world. Almost unconsciously, I placed my hands on the four throttles of the 747. Just then, a beloved and unmistakable voice came from behind, the voice of Thomas S. Monson. "Dieter," he said, "don't even think about it." I'm not admitting to anything, but it just may be that President Monson read my mind.
That if I crossed one leg over the other, the young boy would do the same thing. If I reversed the motion and crossed the other leg, he would follow suit. I would put my hands in my lap, and he would do the same. I rested my chin in my hand, and he also did so. Whatever I did, he would imitate my actions. This continued until the time approached for me to address the congregation. I decided to put him to the test. I looked squarely at him, certain I had his attention, and then I wiggled my ears. My wife told me not to say that. He made a vain attempt to do the same, but I had him.
On a blind date, which we really didn't approve, she was all dressed up and waiting for her date to arrive when the doorbell rang. In walked a man who seemed a little old, but she tried to be polite. She introduced him to me and my wife and the other children. Then she put on her coat and went out the door. We watched as she got into the car, but the car didn't move. Eventually our daughter got out of the car, red-faced, and ran back into the house. The man she thought was her blind date had actually come to pick up another of our daughters who had agreed to be a babysitter for him and his wife. We all had a good laugh over that. In fact, we couldn't stop laughing. Later, when our daughter's real blind date showed up, I couldn't come out to meet him because I was still in the kitchen laughing.
Came and volunteered to bless the sacrament. We, thinking that he was a member, my father gave him, who was the branch president, gave him the chance to bless the sacrament. I still worry about that. I have to insert here, too, I wish I had heard President Uchtdorf and Brother Gibson when I was there, because I'm sure I was living below the potential that I had. And I even thought of who I could have gone and converted in the neighborhood, but that was a long shot. I can think of Frank Turgeon across the street. He went to prison, and then Petey, he went to prison too. It was a tough neighborhood.
Those were some of the exciting moments in General Conference. Sometimes when you watch some of the speakers, like you will feel like at times God is a God of humor, and God wants us to be happy at all cost. Always wants us to be happy at all cost. And that was actually great. Please share with me what was your exciting moments in any of the General Conferences that you've ever had. You can actually drop a comment there and let me know what was your exciting moment during the General Conferences. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I'm looking forward to see you again next time. Thank you.